Hey guys, today we're going to look at subtracting mixed numbers. Before we do all that, apologize, I'm a mess right now. I got in for my run. Some of the benefits of working at home or not changing our clothes. So yeah, I think I'm fitting into that category for sure. I'll be sure and shower when I'm done with this video. Anyway. We're going to look at subtracting mixed numbers and then making sure to simplify that answer as well. So let's take a look at our first equation. We have 4 3/4 minus 2 1/4. So like yesterday, we're going to set up the same equation, but we're going to set it up vertically. So I'm going to put my larger number on top, which is 4 3/4, minus my smaller number on the bottom, which is 2 1/4. Now, just like yesterday, guys, we have fractions and we have our whole numbers. So we're going to subtract 3/4 minus 1/4. Well, that's easy. I know 3/4 minus or take away 1/4 is 2/4. And then my whole number is 4 minus 2, I know is 2. So I get my answer of 2 2/4. But we always want to simplify our answer. So I know 2 2/4 actually can be simplified. Yesterday, when you guys did this with adding mixed numbers, a lot of you guys forgot to simplify. So take your time, make sure you can simplify, and we'll check it on our calculators. So to simplify, I know I need the greatest common factor of 2 and 4. I don't want to forget about my whole number. So I'm going to bring my whole number over right away because I know that's not going to change. I just want to simplify that fraction. The greatest common factor of 2 and 4, I know are 2. So my fraction is going to be 2 divided by 2, I know is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my answer to my original equation, 4 3/4 minus 2 1/4, is 2 1/2. Okay? That's the easy one. Now let's take a look at a different one. Hope you guys are able to get outside a little bit after your classwork. Hope you guys are talking to each other, having fun. I miss you guys. I miss having some laughs in block 1, block 2, block 3. I miss you guys. We'll see each other again soon, no doubt. Okay, let's take a look at a different equation. We have 3 2/5, and we're subtracting 1 4/5. All right, so just like before, guys, we're going to go ahead and set that up, aligning my fraction and my whole number. So let's set that up vertically. 3 2/5 minus 1 4/5. So nothing really changes. We want to start with our fractions and then work with our whole numbers. Now, I want you guys to look closely at our fractions. We have a larger number up top. 3 2/5 is larger than 1 4/5. So if we're just looking at our fraction, 2/5 minus 4/5, well, I can't do that. Now, if we think back to when we're subtracting whole numbers, if I start at my ones place and I'm trying to subtract 8 minus 4, well, we can't do that. So what do, guys? We borrow, right? We borrow from the higher place value. If I take 1 away from 3, I know I'm left with 2, and I bring over 10 over here. So 10 plus 4 would be 14. Now we can do our subtraction. 14 minus 8, we get a 6, and so on and so forth. So we have to borrow in order to subtract. Kind of like the same thing here, guys. I have 2/5, and I'm trying to subtract away 4/5. I can't do that. So we have to look at our whole number 3, and we're going to take 1 away. 1 away from 3 would be 2. If I take 1 away, now that 1 whole is going to come over here in the form of a fraction. Now my denominator is 5. So if I'm bringing over 1 whole, the fraction equivalent to 1 whole would be 5/5. And my denominator helps me out with that. So now I'm just going to combine my 5/5 I brought over to the 2/5 I already had there. So 2/5 plus the 5/5 I brought over from that 1 whole, I know is 7/5. But we can't forget about our whole number, guys. Now we have 2. So we have 2 7/5. This bottom number, we're just going to simply slide over. 1/4, we're going to put it right underneath our converted fraction. And again, we are subtracting. Now we can subtract. 7/5 minus 4/5, I know is 3/5. 2 minus 1, I know is 1. So my answer to my original equation is 1 3/5. Definitely want you guys to take your time and check it on your calculator. Let's see what we have here. Original equation, we had 3 unit, 2 numerator, 5 denominator. And this time we're subtracting. Minus 1 unit, 4 numerator, 5 denominator. And let's see. Yeah, we get 1 3/5. So we can't simplify that. That is already in lowest terms. And we know that because in our calculator, it doesn't say capital numerator denominator, lowercase numerator denominator. It just gives us our answer, and we're happy with that. So we'll clear that out for the next one. Okay, last example for subtracting mixed numbers is, okay, we have the whole number 5, no fraction, and we're going to try to subtract 3 2/6. All right, so we're going to set it up just as before. We have the whole number 5. We have 3 2/6. And yeah, be careful, guys. Make sure you know if you're adding or subtracting. Pay attention to that symbol. So we're subtracting. Now, just like before, we're looking at our fraction, and I have 2/6 minus, I'm trying to take away that from nothing. A lot of people will just drop the 2/6 down, and that's wrong. Because even though we don't have a fraction here, guys, we know a number exists there. 0. Nothing is there, but the digit 0 is there. And I can't take away 2/6 from 0. I can't take away 2/6 from nothing. So again, we're going to have to borrow. I'm going to borrow that from my 5. If I cross out my 5 and take 1 away, I'm left with 4. Now, what we bring over here, we're going to bring over 1, but it's got to be in the form of a fraction. Our denominator tells me how many parts a whole is broken up into. So my 1 whole that I'm bringing over comes in the form as 6/6. Now just pause for 1 second, guys. We didn't do any subtraction. All we did was ungroup. All we did was borrow. We still have 4 6/6. Now if you think about that, 4 6/6 is 5. So we just converted. We didn't subtract anything. Now we have 4 6/6. And we're going to subtract 3 2/6. Well, this we can do. 6/6 minus 2/6 is 4/6. And 4 minus 3, whole number, well, we're just going to get 1. So our answer is 1 4/6. But we always need to think, is this in the simplest form? I know I can convert 1 4/6 to a smaller fraction. So to do so, I have to think all the factors of 4, all the factors of 6. What is the largest common factor of 4 and 6? Well, I know that's 2. So I'm going to divide my top and my bottom by 2 to get 1 4/6 in simple form. Remember, guys, our whole number has got to come over. It's a very big part of our answer. Our whole number is 1, and then we're going to simplify that fraction. 4/6 simplified. Let me see, 4 divided by 2 would be 2, and 6 divided by 2 would be 3. So my answer to my original equation is 1 whole and 2/3. All right, let's see if this is correct. Original equation was 5 minus 3 unit, 2 numerator, 6 denominator. And well, looks like our calculator is showing us 1 4/6, which is what we got. We got 1 4/6, but our calculator is also telling us that we can simplify. Remember those capital letters, lowercase letters for numerator and denominator? Your calculator is telling you, hey, your answer can be simplified. So if we take 1 4/6 and simplify that, hit enter, we get our answer of 1 2/3, exactly what we got. All right, guys. Happy Wednesday to you. Get some work done. If you have any questions, let me know. And then go outside, play, be good, be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.